So, apologies for two things. Firstly, for the fact I've got a cold, so I might sound a bit nasal. And secondly, for the fact that this is probably going to be a very, very short recap video. The reason for that is that there is a hell of a lot going on in my life at the moment, and I just haven't really got time to do much detailed stuff at all. So you'll have to excuse me for this week. It has also been a case of doing, the UFC have just been doing event after event after event in the last couple of weeks. And I sort of need a break because I have to focus on other things for the time being. But I thought I'd spend a few seconds just looking back at yesterday's UFC 139. Do you know, not a lot to say, really. I called the Bakzinski win over Matt Brown. It's a bit of a toss-up as to who you may think has won the first round, but the tap out of the second sort of makes that a bit of a moot point anyway. I don't know what will happen to Brown now. His record before this was pretty preposterous, really. I would be very surprised if they kept him on, but there you are. Miguel Torres, everybody knew he was going to win, and he does. All 3 rounds, absolutely fantastic. Where else are we? There's been a few notes so far online about the judging. Not that anybody has specifically won a bum decision, but that for most of the bouts that went to decision, be it split decision or not, and there were at least 2 split decisions on the card, one judge has always gone and scored it so completely wrong. As far as I'm concerned, that's sort of to be expected, I suppose, by now. Gleason Tibau has won his match by decision. Chris Weidman, again, I called that one, saying that I thought he would win that. Alex Soto, a lot of people said they thought that he would win. I still went with Michael McDonald, and again, that paid off. It was a very good knockout victory, in fact, in the first for him. Ryan Bader, he's come back against Jason Brills, which is brilliant, I suppose, depending on if you rated highly Jason Brills in the first place or not. I might have mentioned that before. Stephan Bonner. You know, just when I was hoping that they were going to get rid of him in the tougher versus tougher match, Kyle Kingsbury absolutely goes and ruins that, doesn't he? Stephan Bonner won by unanimous decision, despite the judge who, again, scored the bout ridiculously wrong. I suppose well done to him, and I suppose he won't be gotten rid of just yet. The thing is, of course, I suppose if you leave somebody like Stephan Bonner in there long enough, he is going to get better, and I think that's sort of what they've done. He was a little bit rubbish when they kept him on, and now he's beginning to actually learn and be able to beat people of that calibre. So perhaps he's going to be a fortune case, really, where because they've let him stay, he will soon flourish, just simply because he's been in the organisation so long. And that, of course, all goes down to the original battle that he lost against Forrest Griffin at the culmination of the first season of The Ultimate Fighter. Rick Story and Martin Kampmann. Martin Kampmann was given the split decision on this one. Again, I said I thought it would be close, and I said I thought that it would depend on whether Martin Kampmann was as good as he was pre the bout with Paul Daly or not, and he seems to have been, which is good. I haven't seen people on the card say that that this was a controversial decision. So, a bit disappointed in Brian Bowles. I think one of the things that may have done this was just Uriah Faber's experience. I did say that he was terribly outmatched on paper in terms of, I think Brian Bowles had a record of 10-1 if I remember rightly, and Uriah Faber had a record, in the 20s, win column alone. And of course, the first round they've given to Uriah, and the second round he won by submission. Fair enough. Unfortunate, I think, but you can't really dispute that. Now, whether if you matched Uriah up with somebody who had more, a better record, you would still find that, I don't know. Wanderlei Silva smushed Kung Lee's nose. Poor Kung Lee has no nose now, and lost in the second round, despite having won the first round. Absolutely vital that Wanderlei Silva won this one. Brilliant guy, and if he was going to stay, unfortunately, he's on his way down, as a lot of the greats are. It happens to them all. He needed this win, whereas Kung Lee, who sort of really, he's only a part-time martial artist in terms of the fact that he has so many other things that he's doing, like acting, for example. If you can call his partaking in Pandora acting, I don't know, but there we are. And Dan Henderson got the better of Rua, like I thought he would. Went all the way to decision over 5 rounds. So very, very good, very good. And that really was the card. I'm sorry that it's not a detailed a recap video this time, but like I say, I'm incredibly busy, so terribly sorry about that. Hopefully by the time the next UFC comes around, I shall be back into a frame where I can properly assert my feelings on such issues.